Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Old Man Hitch and this is a quick review of Mother Russia Bleeds. It's the first game from a French indie developer, Cartel Studio, and it's published by Devolver Digital, who also publish Hotline Miami. It's available on Green Man Gaming for $12.79 or on Steam for $14.99. If you don't mind going the Green Man route, I'll put my referral code in the description and it will help support the channel. There's also a dealer edition that comes with an extra copy of the game, plus a soundtrack and a mini documentary that's $24.99. It was released on the 5th of September, so it's been almost a month and the system requirements are fairly minimal. For instance, the recommended graphics card is a GeForce GT 610, which I found fairly cheap with a quick search. Its rating is currently pending, but I would expect it to get an M for mature. Aside from the obvious blood, gore, or cursing, there's also at least one level with a heavy sexual theme. Mother Russia Bleeds is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, which is basically a fancy way of saying action fighting game. And we used to see quite a few of these when I was a kid, at least. I played these a lot, and it probably might have been my favorite genre. There were games like Double Dragon, Streets of Rage, and you could even make a case that the Golden Axe series was part of this group, although it had a fantasy setting. It still had a lot of the same characteristics. You get to fight waves of enemies using one out of a cast of characters that have different fighting styles, and you advance through different levels, each having unique bosses to fight at the end, until eventually you fight the final boss and save the world, which in this case is 1980s alternate reality Russia. A mafia-produced superdrug called Necro is running rampant through the streets, and it gives you an interesting gameplay mechanic where you can either use it to heal yourself or give yourself a brief boost of damage, and you literally extract it from convulsing unconscious opponents and stick it right in your own neck. Please don't try this at home. You can play alone or local co-op up to 4 players. The art style is very much an old school pixel art, but it's layered nicely to give each level some depth. There's always something interesting going on in the background, which helps make every level feel alive. I'm going to jump in now and show you some settings. So here's the game's title menu. You can choose from story mode or arena mode. The story is like I've described. It's various stages where you compete against waves of enemies and then you fight a boss. Whereas in the arena you just fight wave after wave after wave until you can't go any farther. There is a leaderboard for both story and arena. If you check out the story here. So I'm ranked 7,198 in the world. At least I'm ahead of Deer Wanker. Yeah. I got that going for me, right? Okay, there's also achievements. There's lots of achievements, like get through the sewers without raising a hand to a pig. You actually get to fight pigs in here if you want. Defeat the butcher without being hit by his claw. So all kinds of little cool achievements if you're an achievement hunter. In the options menu, controls. I use a controller. I find it to be very easy. No problems at all. I wouldn't even try to use a keyboard and mouse, really. I think there's just no reason for it. Plenty of different languages. Portuguese, Russian, English, of course. Sound effects. I've got the music turned way down, but it's actually really good. I like it. It's really driving. I don't know. But I've got it turned down just for the purpose of this. So you can go full screen or no full screen. Resolution. You got lots of different choices here. Go all the way up to like really high resolution or all the way down to potato if that's what you're into. Let's go back to HD. Where are we going? Let's go. There we go. So gamma, hence on or off, and you can, for some reason, set your display to CRT and have it bulge out and look liney. Is liney a word? I don't know. Whatever. We're going with standard. And then, so that's pretty much it. Those are the options. That's what you get when you buy this game. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about gameplay and give my final thoughts. I spent somewhere in the neighborhood of 3.5 hours playing all the way through on normal difficulty using only one character, but I'm already replaying everything on hardcore with different characters, and I'm still really enjoying my time with it. And when you add in the arena mode, you really get a sense of replayability here. that you don't see in a lot of other games. So, final thoughts. Overall, I do recommend Mother Russia Bleeds. It's a very well-made game, and more importantly, it's fun. It's a wonderful throwback to an old beat-em-up games that I mentioned before. It's a unique setting and time period. The music and sound effects are fantastic, and more importantly, it knows exactly what it is and what it wants to be, and it pulls it off nicely. It's not trying to do too much or to pretend to be something it's not. And for that, you've got to give it a lot of credit. So have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe if you want, and I'll be doing a few more of these quick reviews as I get the games I want to show you finished. And if you want to stick around, I will show you one of those boss fights I've been talking about. And I wanted to put it at the end just in case somebody didn't want to see it, didn't want to spoil anything for anybody interested in the game.